Here we are in section 2.3, exercises part C, with the rest of the chapter 2 exam review, preparing for this exam. Using the formulas for a circle. There were two of them, circumference and area. In this one, we're going to use the circumference formula. Circumference equals 2 pi r. This can come out of your textbook in a previous section, or it will be on the formula sheet for the exam. Circumference equals 2 pi r, so C equals 2 times pi times 4 inches, which will equal 8 pi, or let's write that down in a calculator. Pi times 8 equals 25.13. 25.13. So it could be either 8 pi, you could leave it like that, or 25.13. And is this in inches? Yeah, circumference is the measure around. It's a perimeter of a circle, and so this would just be in inches. So you could have 8 pi inches or 25.3 pi inches. Let's check our answer. 25.13 inches. Correct. Number 29. The radius is 15 inches. This time we're using the formula for area. So this is going to be area equals pi r squared. That's the formula that comes out of the textbook. So we stick that in, pi times 15 squared, which is 225 pi, or if we stick it in the calculator, we could write it as 15 squared, 25 times pi equals 706.86, or 706.9. 706.9, and then we are in inches, but this is an area, so it's inches squared. 706.9 inches squared, or if we were to write it staying in pi, both of them are correct. Let's check our answer. 706.86 or 0.9 inches squared. Correct. Let's move on to number 30. We get to use the circumference formula that we used over in 28. So this is going to be 2 times pi times 7. So 2 times pi times 7 is 14 times pi. So we get 14 pi. We can also put that into the calculator and write 14 times pi, 43.98 meters. Is that squared? Nope, we're not an area, so it's just 43.98 meters, or 14 pi meters if we leave it exactly. Let's double check our answer. 43.98 meters. Good. Number 31. Use the formulas for a rectangular solid. Okay, so let's use the formulas that we have from the textbook on that. Rectangular solid, SA, the formula is 2 length times width plus 2 length times height plus 2 width times height. That's a pretty long formula, and they may have written those down a little bit differently with this term switched over to here or something like that. But this is the formula. So this becomes 2 times 7 times 2 plus 2 times 7 times 8 plus 2 times 2 times 8, which equals 28 plus 2 times 7 times 8 is 112, plus 2 times 2 times 8 is 32. So 28 plus 32 plus 112. Let's use our calculator just to make sure we don't mess up here. 28 plus 112 plus 32 equals 172. And that will be, if these are in centimeters, this will be in centimeters. We have an area here, so it better be centimeters squared. And you can see that by the length times the width, or the length times the height. We have centimeters times centimeters in each of these terms, so it'll be centimeters squared adding up to centimeters squared. Let's check that answer. 172 centimeters squared. That is correct. Number 32. This one has a different one. Volume. We can't use that same formula. We have volume equals, for a rectangular solid, is length times width times height. So this is going to be 4.2 times 5 times 7. And we just multiply those together. Let's go ahead and do that on a calculator. 4.2 times 5 times 7 equals 147. 147. These are in miles, so the units on the volume will be miles, but a third dimensional. So this is miles cubed. And we can see that because we took miles times miles times miles, which is miles to the third power. Let's double check our answer. 147 miles cubed. Number 33. We have length, width, height. We're trying to find surface area. Oh, we get to use the same formula that we had back in number 31. So the surface area is going to be 2 6 times 8 plus 2 times 6 times 2.5 plus 2 times 8 times 2.5. That's going to be big. 2 times 6 is 12 times 8. That's 96. We can do that one by hand. 2 times 6 is 12 times 2.5. Maybe we better punch that in the calculator. 12 times parentheses 2 and 1/2. Close the parentheses. 2.5, yes, 2.5. Timesing by the 12. Hit the equals button at the end, and that's a 30. So that's a 30 plus 2 times 8 times 2.5. That's 16 times 2.5. 16 times parentheses 2 and 1 divided by 2, 1/2. So that, yep, that's 2.5 in the parentheses. 16 times 2.5 is 40. So we get 96 plus 30 plus 40 is 166. Notice we're in kilometers, so we have kilometers. This is an area, so it will be to the second power. 166 kilometers squared. And we check our answer, and it is correct. The final one, 34, is creating a visual chart. A visual chart was where we had a piece of paper and we divided up everything that we had learned. Here it's for chapter 2 material. So we're going to be doing stuff from 2.1 with regards to calculator usage. That'll be one of these boxes. Where we talk about how to punch things into our calculator, your particular calculator, and what buttons mean which. That's going to be very valuable for you to organize. We have other things like spreadsheet usage. How do you plug things into spreadsheets? And you can put that in a box over here, and spreadsheet usage right there. We have a bunch of formulas that we have learned. So we have some geometry formulas. They'll probably take up a big section down here, geometry. And you put geometry formulas in here and examples and fill it out. And then we have other formulas such as distance, rate, and time, interest formulas, and other things. When you put those all together with examples, work out some of these examples like number 31 or number 33 or number 29. Put these down on your visual chart. It will organize the information and stuff that's floating around in your brain and help you to have a visual reminder so that when you go and take chapter 2 exam, you will have that material organized for recall in your head. And this will be submitted as part of your portfolio. Good.